Expanding your energy field. This practice is super fun and also will show you a lot of areas in your life where things are going on under the surface that you don't even realize. So, this is about when do we expand and when do we shrink. Long before you begin to speak, act, or decide, your field, your energetic field, the energy around you, and the energy of people around you are communicating. And whether or not you realize it, you learned to shrink as a result of that. You may or may not know this, but a lot of what you got from your parents may not have had anything to do with what they said or did around you. It's what they were carrying in their auric field that imprinted on your auric field. Same with everything that is happening now in our lives. And this is why it's really important to see where do we expand our energy and where do we shrink it. This is going to help you in a number of ways. When and why you pull back or you expand. What is the core wound or the fear that's coming up, driving this contraction? And when can you practice expanding and feeling safer to expand in areas where you previously felt like you had to contract and hide? So the first part is to recognize this, right? And I'm going to give you an example. I was going to a boxing class, and there was an instructor there that I often went to his classes. And I went to a couple of different instructors. With his, for whatever reason, I would always be in the back of the room kind of hiding, and I would want to stay out of his sight and be just like tucked away. And I could never figure out why, because I wasn't like that in any of the other classes. He just made me really uneasy and uncomfortable, and I just couldn't figure it out. And when I really sat down with it and I journaled on this experience, it's because his frequency, the nonverbal communication, reminded me of a narcissist that I had in my life previously. And my immediate reaction was to shrink, stay in the back, zip it, stay out of sight, out of mind, and be quiet. That's where I'm safe. So what I had to do in that situation was understand that it was triggering that frequency. Whether he was a narcissist or wasn't isn't actually the point. It's that that frequency was recognized. And I had to practice being able to expand my energy in that presence, because I can no longer shrink because there's someone here in my field that makes it feel dangerous. Now, I'm not talking about physical danger if you're in like legitimate physical danger, right? But I'm saying when you find yourself contracting because of a exercise instructor, or because you're in the boardroom and someone shows up a certain way, you find yourself to contract. Is there a wound here? Is it triggering the frequency of someone that you've experienced before, someone else who behaved this way? And how can you start to feel safe to expand your energy there? For example, in the exercise class, I began moving up, getting closer to the front, being able to hold my energy regardless of what anybody around me was doing. Maybe this is in the boardroom, you start to show up differently and you start to speak up more in meetings. Maybe this is you setting more boundaries in your personal relationships. But where do you shrink and where do you expand? Start to notice that. Is it when you're in the grocery store? Is it when you interact with certain types of people? What's coming up? Fear? Fear of judgment, fear of not being enough, fear of being too much, being misunderstood. Like, what's coming up? And then you go to the part two, which is the expansion, right? So depending on the circumstance, you might be able to take a moment in the actual moment that you are contracting and pulling your energy back. You might be able to take a moment and just ground yourself, taking a deep breath. What's going on here? Okay, I'm safe to expand. A lot of times this is impossible. It may not be possible in the boardroom. It may not be possible at the exercise class. But if you can do that later on, when you get home and you're in a safe space, can you acknowledge the fear, the trigger, be present with yourself in the moment, choose to feel safe in your body, choose to regulate the nervous system, and visualize your energetic field expanding, visualize your aura getting bigger, and you feeling more and more comfortable to take up space. It is safe to be fully you. You are not here to play small. You are here to shine. Your presence is a gift, and you no longer abandon yourself to be accepted. Now, that's the practice. What I will just say is there is a intuitive gut instinct that kicks in when we are in danger. I am not saying to expand your energy field when you are in legitimate danger. If you feel you're in physical danger, you react in the way that you feel you need to react. This is truly for those situations where you're not in physical danger, but you are shrinking your energy and feeling uncomfortable. So really start to get to know when you contract, when you express, how you're showing up, when you're pulling back, when you're feeling like you can take up more space, when you're feeling like you're not allowed to take up space, whatever that is for you, tap into it. Let's start to get to those root causes and learn how to expand our field in every interaction, regardless of what's going on with us. We show up as ourselves unapologetically, fully, and expanded into the world.